So I want to talk about reclaiming your power. I'm going to go through 5 different sections, 5 different videos. The first one we're going to start with is break free from your fear. In the next few days, we're going to go over setting your bold boundaries, rediscovering your self-worth. I've got myself notes here. The power of your intuition and turning that pain into power. So today we're going to start with free yourself from that fear. The first thing that you want to do is you want to understand your fear. You understand where that fear comes from and why. So I'll use an example of ladders for myself. Um, with our work, I'm climbing ladders all the time, and they are extreme. There are some that are very tall and very scary. I've been up in a 150, 180 foot boom. Now, if you don't know how high that is, think of those signs side of the freeway that go all the way up to the top of a building. I've been up at the top of one of those in a boom. And when you're in a boom, which is this basket that's on a motor that goes up and down, it doesn't just move smoothly. It sways back and forth when it moves. So if you're moving to the right, it moves, and then as it comes to stop, it does this thing, which even when you're harnessed in, and you damn well better be harnessed in, it's frightening because you're not sure that this thing is actually going to hold you, even though you know that it is capable of holding a lot heavier than me. It's still frightening. It's still nerve-wracking. So for me, with ladders, I know where that fear came from. When I was little, the house next door to us was under construction, and there was a kitten stuck up on the second floor. Well, there's a ladder on the outside of the building going up to the second floor. So me, my 8, 9-year-old self, I thought, I'm going to go rescue the kitten. I climbed up that ladder. My dad came out and saw me about halfway, 3/4 up this ladder, up to the second floor of this building outside, and freaked out. Climbed up the ladder, screaming, yelling at me, came and carried me down. And that fear of his got instilled into me, thinking that ladders are not safe, that, being up high is scary. Because of his fear, my fear of ladders was deeply ingrained. As I continued to grow and realize where this fear came from, I was able to work through that. So the second thing is reframing that fear, knowing that it's a signal for growth and not for danger. So climbing that ladder, taking one step at a time, and realizing that I can use this as a basis for me to grow, to be able to know that, okay, this is what my fear feels like. I know that this is a safe thing that I can do to go up a step ladder and not be afraid. Know that I can work my way through that feeling. Know that I can push through that fear allows me to grow in other areas because I know what it feels like, and I know that I can work my way through it. So the second thing is challenging those negative beliefs, questioning the thoughts that hold you back. So why is it that this is holding me back? So if it's a relationship, I've been in a bad relationship before, so moving forward, the next relationship, I could go through the same thing. But is that actually true? Or I've had all these other businesses that flopped and didn't go anywhere before. The next business that I create is going to do the same thing. But that's not necessarily the case. So I have to challenge that negative belief. Just because this thing didn't work out the way that I had planned, I can learn from that mistake. I can learn from that negative incident or situation and take something positive and say, okay, this is what I've learned from that. I need to do things differently. I need to invest in myself and realize that I have within me the things that I need to be able to move forward. But if you don't challenge that belief, if you don't, question it and think, okay, is this true? Even if it may not be true at this moment, it may feel true, but is it in fact true? The next thing is number 4, take small steps, micro steps, and face that fear through small, manageable ways. What is it that I can do? So for instance, the ladder. Start off with a step stool, work my way up to a step ladder, work my way up to an extended ladder, work my way up to the boom lift. So taking those small steps, because I can't just jump from a step stool up to the boom. That's too far, too much. And your brain freaks out. So if you're taking small steps and knowing that I can make this happen, I can succeed if I'm doing these little things. Each one of those little things builds your confidence. Each one of those tiny steps allows you to feel more assured of yourself. And the last thing is celebrate those wins. So each one of those small steps, celebrate them. Progress equals confidence. So as you progress in each one of those steps, your confidence is building. You're more assured of yourself. You know that you're going to get through this. You know that that business is going to succeed. You know that that job that you got is going to work out. You know that that relationship is going to work out. You know that you can go to the next step on that ladder. Whatever it may be, but start with small steps and celebrate each small win. Even though it doesn't seem like a big deal, celebrate it. Congratulate yourself. Do something special for yourself. The 5 action steps that I want to take are, number 1, write down your top 3 fears. What is the top 3 things that you're fearful around? And how do they show up in your life? So for instance, for me, it's the ladders, or maybe starting another business. I've bombed at all these other businesses. This one's not going to succeed. So if I start a new business, then this is not going to work out. If I start a new business, then things are going to go awry. Write those top 3 fears down and then journal about the worst thing that could possibly happen. What is the worst that could happen? And then write down a solution for that worst possible. Because then your brain, your ego, your mind chatter is cleared up and freed because it knows, okay, now I know what the worst possible solution, or I know what the worst possible outcome can be. And I have a solution for that. And if you don't know what a solution may be, then ask your friends and family. Google it. YouTube. Trust me, there are a lot of resources out there where you could find a solution that would feel good for you. And if you can't find one, come up with something. Even if it's outlandish, your mind is not going to say, oh, that, it may say that, oh, that'll never happen. Well, the worst case scenario more than likely won't happen either. But at least you have something that will give you a solution to that worst case scenario if it even happens. Then the next thing, number 3, is list some small actions that you can take to alleviate that fear. So maybe you can start off small with a business. Maybe you can start off small with a relationship, go out on a date or have a conversation. Maybe you can start off small with a new job that you've started. Start off with, getting the proper training or whatever it may be. For me, climbing that ladder, that first step, the second step, the third step. So create some small steps that you can implement, some small actions that you can implement to help you alleviate that fear. And then number 4 is replace that fearful thought with a positive affirmation. So create several for yourselves, or Google, again, some affirmations. For instance, I am capable of handling whatever comes my way. It's an easy, simple one. It covers a lot of things, but it's something that if you can start repeating to yourself, it's instilled and helps you to feel better. And then number 5, track your progress. Track your progress in your journal and reward yourself. Anytime you make a small step forward, reward yourself. Build that confidence. Build that assuredness in yourself. So, freeing your fear, freeing yourself from your fear, understanding your fear, reframing your fear, challenging those negative beliefs, taking micro steps, and then rewarding yourself, celebrating those wins. So then tomorrow, we'll go over setting bold boundaries. And if this resonated with you, give us a thumbs up. Hit the like bell. I think that's the thumbs up. Subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for the next time. Talk to you later. Live life adventurously, guys. It's the only way to live.